My name is Alexis Willoughby, and this is my persuasion speech. How would you feel if you had to live in a small pen your whole entire life? Well, killer whales are kept in captivity, are kept in pens that are less than 20 feet deep their whole lives, when they are used to swimming around 100 miles every day. In captivity, they have a tendency for a shortened lifespan and a collapsed dorsal fin. They also have an alternative diet from what they are used to. So I ask, some people may fight these claims. However, I ask you, how can a shortened lifespan, collapsed dorsal fin, and an alternative diet be a good thing to provide for captive killer whales? Taking a look first at their shortened lifespan. SeaWorld Cares claims that whales in captivity have the same lifespan as whales in the wild. They say that people are misconstruing the facts, and that the life expectancy for females in the wild is 30 years and for males 19 years, with a max at 40 years, or 50 years for females and 40 years for males. And they say that they currently have 5 orcas who are 30 years old and one that is even closing on 50. However, Burnett of the University of Michigan says that the average lifespan for a killer whale is 63 years for a female and 36 years for a male, with a max lifespan of 90 years for a female and 60 years for a male. And taking a look at the orcas that have died while in captivity at SeaWorld, they have 37 total that have died, and 9 of them have been in their 20s, and only 1 of them has been in its 30s, which is a lot shorter than the average wild lifespan. Which is kind of scary looking at the fact that SeaWorld has a tendency for higher lifespans than most of the other facilities in the world. SeaWorld also says that a quarter of the orcas in the world have a collapsed dorsal fin. They say that this is because there's no bones in the dorsal fin or muscles, and so that it falls down. They also say it falls down because of its large size, which can be up to 3 to 6 feet tall. They say that this can also have effect on genetics, and that its construction can be affected by this, stating that a larger base of a dorsal fin will allow it to stay up taller. They also say that dorsal fins can fall over from injury while they are playing with the other whales. However, the New Zealand fact that they quote says that of the 30 males that they were looking at, 7 of them had abnormal dorsal fins, not collapsed one. Only 1 had a collapsed fin, and this means that only 0.8% of whales had a collapsed fin. And in the wild, this is mostly caused due to injury, and mostly because of people, because of propellers or oil spills and even gunshot wounds. But looking at males in the wild, or looking at captive killer whales, 100% of all male captive whales have a collapsed dorsal fin. And they say that this is because of the pattern of swimming. They have to be swim in a circle every single day, so the pressure on one side of the whale's dorsal fin is greater than the other side. Where in the wild, they can swim all directions, and the pressure of the water keeps it up. They also say that because of the shallow tanks, they have to stay on the surface, which does not allow the dorsal fin to be weightless and causes gravity to pull it down. The warmer water and the low hydration that is caused by captivity also affects the dorsal fin, as well as some part in genetics, similar to how in active humans some can remain slender and some will get pudgier if they don't exercise. So, taking a look at the diets of captive orca whales, the adults eat 2 to 4% of their body weight per day, which is around 140 to 240 pounds every day. And they eat high-quality herring, capelin, salmon, mackerel, and other types of fish. And the calves start eating fish at 2 to 3 months, and once they hit a year, they eat 40 to 50, 60 pounds of herring, squid, and smelt a day. But because of the fish that they are fed are frozen, thawed, and processed, a lot of water retention is lost. So they have to be fed gelatin. And gelatin is made up of animal bones, skin, and tissues that is melted down and added water to it, so they get more of the water back in their diet. And some captive whales get 80 pounds of this gelatin every day, just to keep some of their hydration back. Now this is also, some killer whales have been adapted to eating mammals and other dietary things like sharks, so sea lions and penguins. And so they have to switch to a diet of fish, which is unnatural for them. So the question remains, are these changes a good thing? Could they have a shortened lifespan, a collapsed dorsal fin, and an alternative diet? So I ask you, could you have a lifestyle with these perspectives?